In the previous video, Mile Mang's friend God confessed to helping Dong Jiang but didn't give many details about it. Now the two will have to do this together if they really want to find out what happened. I'm Nina, and in today's recap we will watch Doom at your service. Meanwhile, her friend asks him if he kissed Na Jina. Cha Juik confesses that he did and explains his reasons, as he had told Na Jina too. The conversation is not easy for the two. Lee Hyun-gyu says that his friend didn't need to be so sincere in confessing his mistakes, and Cha Juik explains that he told the truth because he really liked his friend. And Lee Hyun-gyu ends up sleeping in the cafeteria that night because he can't stand being in the same place as Cha Juik after finding out everything. Returning to our couple with a short memory, Mile Mang asks the protagonist if she met a short woman in the hospital, so Dong Jiang talks about what he remembers, opening the bottle for her and getting the tip from the roof. However, Mile Mang wants to know more and ends up feeling stressed because the protagonist doesn't have any answers either. Dong Jiang comments that after he returned to the elevator with tears on his face, there was only one thought, and that was to call the human, a nickname that the protagonist gave to Mile Mang. However, she didn't know who this human was, but when she picked up his cell phone, the contact was there, but no one answered. The man, who doesn't have much patience, ends their conversation and leaves. Upon arriving home, Mile Mang notices that there is a cell phone in her living room, and when she picks it up, she has missed calls from Dong Jiang. Upon unlocking the device, he comes across a photo of the two of them happy. The next day, the protagonist's former co-workers come to visit her, including Cha Juik, and after a while, Na Jina appears in the room. However, when she realizes that the man is there, she turns around. Cha Juik saw her and immediately went after the woman. The two meet, and she says that she is going out with Lee Hyun-gyu, adding that she can drink and do something stupid. The man then explains to Na Jina that if her feelings were superficial enough to change with some stupid thing she did, he wouldn't have told her about them, and he adds that he has liked her since the beginning, since their first kiss. Cha Juik comments that Lee Hyun-gyu already knows everything. Then, when the woman is returning to the protagonist's room, Dong Jiang attacks her and demands to know everything. Her friend gives her a little help by saying how Cha Juik is rich, funny, and knows how to say the right things. Later, Na Jina goes to Lee Hyun-gyu's cafe for the two of them to go out for dinner. There, she discovers that Sun Jiang works there, and the boy starts to piece together the writer's novels, then asks she believes that her boss is her first or second love, and upon discovering that he is her first, she thinks again about her theory that Na Jina should have the second because she is the present and Lee Hyun-gyu is the past. At dinner, the woman said that it must have been easy for him when he missed her, and that's why he came back, because for her, it wasn't quite like that. Na Jina would sit for a long time at the station near his house, hoping to see him, sometimes in a cafe nearby too, or just walking down the street. However, the woman doesn't want him to feel guilty or anything like that, but let him know that she loved him alone for a long time and was the 18-year-old Lee Hyun-gyu. Today a lot of time has passed and the man is a complete stranger to her. Na Jina confesses that kissing Cha Juik matters to her, and so the two end their relationship. When she is going home, she ends up meeting her lover and ends up giving him a kiss. Then Cha Juik helps her enter the residence and get ready for bed. The next day, Dong Jiang receives news from her doctor that she will lose her hair because of chemotherapy, so he tells her to shave it, as this way the process is less painful than seeing it gradually fall out. Her aunt then, to make her more comfortable, says that she is going out for a bit to buy hats for her niece, and as soon as she leaves the room, she bursts into tears. Dong Jiang takes advantage and goes to the beauty salon. She asks them to leave her hair full and wavy. Once ready, the woman confesses to having been a little scared when she saw the protagonist in hospital clothes coming in, as many patients go there to shave their heads, and when Dong Jiang explained what he wanted, she felt relieved. Then the protagonist, after taking some photos of the result, reveals that she will shave and apologizes for the work she put in. She explains that she just wanted to get ready one last time. However, when they start cutting Dong Jaeyoung's hair, her nose starts to bleed, and when she gets up, Mile Mang catches her before she passes out. The protagonist has a dream. While she is unconscious, she sees the man crying desperately at his funeral. When she wakes up, Dong Jaeyoung apologizes to Mile Mang, who is holding her hand. However, he gets up and leaves. On the way to his friend God's room, the man starts to remember some things, and when he arrives in the room, the woman and her belongings are missing. So to try to find out what the protagonist means to him, Mile Mang invades her dream and takes her to her house. There, he tries to analyze the woman, but he can't be sure. So he decides to take her outside, to the world where there are no living things, and Mile Mang has the feeling that he has already taken her there. The two start quoting phrases from the author of the book the man is reading, and after one that Dong Jaeyoung said, he kisses her and starts to remember everything. The woman also remembers the request she made to God so that one would no longer remember the other and thus wake up. When she picked up her notebook, everything she had written in those months came back, and Mile Mang's garden began to come to life. The protagonist goes to her house and doesn't know what to do. Suddenly, a man appears behind her. They both don't believe that one forgot about the other, but despite everything, Mile Mang understands the reasons that made her ask for this. The man says they must accept their fate, and he is willing to disappear for Dong Jaeyoung. When she returns to the hospital, her aunt is worried and waiting for her, and Mile Mang explains that she was with him. Suja questions why he was missing for so long, and the man explains that he was organizing their wedding. At the coffee shop, Cha Juik tells Lee Hyun-gyu to go home, and Sun Jaeyoung realizes at that moment who Na Jina's number 2 love was. Dong Jaeyoung is dragged by her friend to talk about her decision to get married, and Mile is dragged by her brother-in-law. Sun Jaeyoung gives the man money he had saved in savings to help with the wedding. The girls' conversation isn't very lively. The protagonist cries in her friend's lap, saying that no matter how much she tries to avoid the decision, it's no use, and she doesn't know what to do. Meanwhile, Lee Hyun-gyu tells his friend that he thinks it's time to move on and grow up. The next day, the protagonist talks to her doctor, and they postpone the treatment to start after the wedding. Na Jina and Lee Hyun-gyu meet again, and he tries to explain himself to her and show that he is respectful of her decision. When the man returns home, he finds his friend waiting for him in front, and he cannot contain her tears. Cha Juik consoles him, and his friend tells him that he better not hesitate with the woman, otherwise, he will steal her for himself again. Dong Jaeyoung meets his friend God and asks for her help again. However, the woman can't do anything more about it and says that the protagonist just has to accept her fate. It was the happy ending that Mile Mang wanted, but she will understand this at the right time. Over the next few days, the couple does everything together and enjoys everything they can. The protagonist sends those gifts that she had bought to everyone she loved, and they all feel loved. Her brothers had an extra one as she returned the money he had given for the wedding along with his gifts. Dong Jaeyoung in the last few days is afraid of even going to sleep and Mile Mang disappearing, so she asks him not to leave her side. However, the man goes to meet his friend God, and they talk about his choice, which is to protect the protagonist, the world, and everyone she loves, except him. When she returns home, Mile Mang finds Dong Jaeyoung crying because she thought he was gone and says that she can't make the choice, so the protagonist wishes not to love, but he can't give her that because he chose to save her. Later, Dong Jaeyoung makes another request for her to be taken to the world that met her end, but not to stay in place, just to live her last day with her beloved. And he takes her there instead. The protagonist says that she is going to pray, despite the fact that she does not have a god in this world because there are no more humans. She does it anyway, and Mile Mang accompanies her. Dong Jaeyoung discovers that a god is born as soon as he is desired, and she confesses to the man that her request was that he not love despite knowing that it will not be fulfilled. She couldn't hurt to try. And then the protagonist apologizes for loving him so much, and Mile Mang thanks her for that. The day comes to an end, and the two hold hands. Dong Jaeyoung says that she loves him and wants him to be with her until her last moment. Mile Mang says that she will take the protagonist's pain and sadness with him so that she can be happy. And then her loved one disappears. Dong Jaeyoung begins to cry in anguish as the rain falls on him. What did you think of these episodes? I hope you enjoyed the summary. Leave your suggestions in the comments and subscribe. If you liked the video, like and share to help me until next time.